guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be chatting about money mindsets and how you can tap into a better you. If you are someone who is watching this at the end of December, that's when I'm filming it, and you want to have, a fresh start in the new year, you can implement these 5 tips to improve your bank balance, improve your savings, and just to be better with money overall. A lot of the things that people don't realize is it's about your mindset with money. So you don't necessarily need to be a millionaire to have a great life, but you just need to manage your money better and to understand that, hey, you are the problem here with your spending if you are in credit card debt or if you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're either living beyond your means or you're living like way too frivolously rather than focusing on the income, focus on the expenses. So I'm going to go through the 5 things that you can do to change your money mindset and to tap into a better you. The very first thing you can do is to understand your income. Now this might sound so basic, but do you know off the top of your head how much income comes into your bank account every month? Is it 4,828 or is it 4,726? Do you know to the penny how much money is coming in? And if you don't, that A, doesn't shock me because a lot of people don't know their number off the top of their head, but B, you can easily change this by checking into your bank account more regularly to understand the income that's coming in. And that way you're able to spot if there's any error in your paycheck. If you keep on top of your bank account by looking at it regularly and looking at your paychecks, you'll soon start to understand and embed in yourself how much money you have to play with every month. If you feel like in your mind you have £200 extra, but actually in reality you don't, of course you're going to overspend there and not really realize what's happening in the background. So if you just bring it back to the basics, really truly understand the money that's coming in, and then you can work from there. The second thing that you can change about your money mindset is to really understand your expenses. Again, seems so basic, but so many people fall into this pit where they're relying on credit cards every month because they truly don't understand the amount of money they need to live or to live the lifestyle they're currently living. So what I would recommend is to get a very basic budget on your hands. Look at your most recent bank statement and then just write down how much money you're spending on average in groceries, how much you're spending on average on travel, and then on frivolous crap like eating out or going to bars or clothes, things like that. If you do this little exercise with yourself, you will start to understand like, oh my God, I've been wasting so much money on takeaways rather than saving for my future self. So I'm going to be doing a budget template really soon, guys. If that's something you're interested about, let me know down below. I'm also going to be launching a website soon enough too. Hopefully it's done in time for this video, but if not, I'll post a link in my next video for you guys and I'll share the templates there. But I personally budget every month, and with that I've been able to save for a 6-month emergency fund. I've been able to save for deposit for this flat that I live in, and just have a better mindset with my money. It's not necessarily about trying to kill yourself with extra side hustles. Yes, extra income is good, but I think to break it down and understand where your money is going first in all of your expenses and then work from there. The third thing you can do then to tap into a better self with changing your money mindset is to understand where you want to be in the future and how you want to live. Are you someone who has always dreamed about moving to New York and living there? Or are you someone who wants to retire early in the countryside and be surrounded by kiddos everywhere, okay? Their grandkids, their own kids. What is the kind of life that you want? If you don't know that, just honestly sit down with a pen and paper and write out your dream life and then work backwards to try and achieve it. I did do a video on this when I first started my channel about how to actually achieve your goals, which I'll pop up here if you're curious. But this method I found has been really helpful for me personally as well. If you visualize the life that you want and then work backwards on how to achieve it financially. Let's say, for example, you want to buy a £400,000 flat in 10 years time, okay? That is a very reasonable goal when you break it down into bite sizes of how much you would need to save every month from this point to achieve that goal. Or if you know that you want to move abroad in the future, look into what you would need right now. Do you need a visa? Do you need to have solicitor fees? How much is the flight going to cost? How much is, the cost of living in the country that you want to move to? Understand the financial goal now so that you can set yourself up to reach that goal in the future and break it down. A lot of the times people are really surprised that when you break it down into bite size, how much do I need to save every month, you can actually achieve that goal. Now, obviously, you have to be a bit realistic. If you're someone who is currently scrimping and saving and on a pretty low salary and you want to live in a mansion in 10 years' time, the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. So, of course, be realistic, but also don't shoot yourself in the foot and don't dampen the life that you want. I never thought that I would own a flat in London, and here I am owning a mortgage by myself in, a pretty central area in London, and I'm not from a rich background, okay? So if you are very mindful of the expenses that you're spending, understand the income that's coming in, maybe increase that income over time through promotions and things like that, and then set yourself up for the future by saving for that particular goal. The fourth way then to tap into a better you with your money mindset is to really understand the type of people that you're surrounding yourself with, okay? If you are hanging out with people who spend frivolously, who convince you to go on trips that you can't afford, who convince you to go to Taylor Swift concerts but you don't have the money, although I'm really jealous, I would have loved to have gone to Taylor Swift, right? But understand who you have around you. And if you do have people who love to spend, that's still okay. But you can be honest about your situation with them and say, hey guys, I have this goal of saving for a property. I want to save 30 grand in a couple of years' time. So I'm not going to go on this trip with you, but let's, maybe I'll do the next thing with you guys. And if they're real friends, they will understand. But if they are the type of people who are a little bit toxic and who are maybe using you for your money, such as you're paying for all the drinks on a night out, you're the one, forking up for their dinner bill, things like that, you should really watch this recent video I did about toxic friendships and understand, are you surrounding yourself with the right type of people? And if not, how to change that. The fifth thing you can do then is to live your goal every month. And what I mean by this is to rein yourself back in. Once a new month has started, have you lived up to what you said you were going to do? So for example, if you said you were going to need to save £400 every month to get to that goal of living in New York, for example, have you achieved it in the previous month? So as the first of the month comes around, go back to your little checklist. You can get a notebook or you can do it on an Excel sheet, for example, and just say, hey, have I saved £400 in the last month? If you have, tick it off, because then you will start to feel this overwhelming sense of positivity that you've achieved a little chunk of your goal. And that will, of course, set yourself up for the future and make yourself want to save again in the next month. So having a notebook, I prefer notebooks, I'm a millennial, I love a bit of pen and paper, right? But if you're someone who loves an iPad or, is really savvy with Excel, you can do it there too. And you can have a little graph on Excel to say, okay, from this point to, in 10 years' time, I need this amount of money to move to New York City and to live my dream life. How am I doing right now? And you can slowly see over time, every month, if you keep track of it, you are reaching your goal there. And of course, psychologically, that is so positive and beneficial and making you realize, oh my God, I can reach this goal. What do you guys feel are the biggest things holding you back with your poor money mindset? Are you someone who thinks money is evil? Or are you someone that feels like they're not good enough to be able to live that dream of theirs that they had in their head? Is it about confidence or is it about how you feel about money? So once you strip this back, you'll start to understand, your feelings about the situation and how you can improve upon them. You shouldn't worry what other people think. Everyone is special in their own right, special in many cases, in my case. But you can, of course, live the life that you want, and you shouldn't be afraid to go after it. For me personally, setting up a YouTube channel is very out of character in a way because I am an introvert. I am actually quite shy in real life. But, having this dream of a YouTube was something that I always wanted to do. And I kind of just thought one day, let's just go for it for the crack and see what happens. And honestly, I've loved every journey of it. I've learned how to edit. I've learned how to be more confident speaking out loud. And also it's improved me, for presentations and work and everything like that. So even if this YouTube channel goes nowhere, I have already seen the benefits of it. So when you link it back to your money, guys, if you can understand your income more, understand your expenses, have a goal in mind, you can start to piece together all the things to get you to that goal of yours. So if you're able to pick these little 5 points and implement them into your new money mindset, I guarantee you'll be able to reach your goals. You'll be able to probably lower your expenses because you'll be a bit more conscious of your spending. And of course, you may even be able to reach your goals sooner than you thought because, hey, you've realized, oh my God, I'm overspending in one area. Let me move move that money into a savings pot instead and reach my ideal life sooner. Thanks for watching, guys. I know there's a lot of you watching out there. In fact, my analytics say that 90% of you that watch are not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor and press that red button down there to subscribe, that would really help the channel out. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.